Well, welcome back, friends. It's Let's Playmond with Ted Raymond. We're doing more EarthBound today. Thanks for joining me on the couch. In the last episode, we learned of our destiny as the child who will save the world from Gygus, the universal cosmic destroyer. Our temporary friend Buzz was squished by Pokey and Picky's mom, and Miss Opal has decided to join us. Hi, honey. Well, while we're waiting for the cat, I will say that, EarthBound was a very important game for me growing up. And I used to, replay it a lot. I mean, once or twice a year I would do an EarthBound run, and it was always kind of like the highlight of the day when I'd get up, get home from school, and be able to just kind of sit down and work on EarthBound for a little bit. So let's get started. We don't have any of our companions. It's just Ness against the runaway dog. We're a little bit stronger than we were when we started. One thing you'll notice with this game is when you defeat the enemies, you're not killing them. This dog became tame. So the dog's fine. You've just kind of helped it stop being crazy. It's not being controlled by Gygus any longer. Pictures taken instantaneously. I'm a photographic genius, if I do say so myself. Okay, get ready for an instant memory. Look at the camera. Ready? Say, Fuzzy Pickles. Wow, what a great photograph. It'll always bring back the fondest of memories. So the photo guy is someone who will be coming up often during the game in some strange and interesting places. I always had the theory that it was your dad in disguise who would drop down and take the pictures. But your dad's just reachable on the phone here. Yes, it's your dad. I deposited $35 into your bank account. Taking away what you've spent, you should now have $65 in the bank. Well, experience to get to the next level, 16. Anyway, what do you need from me? All done. Dear old dad was also thinking about hitting the hay for the night. I have created a record of your adventure to this point. Good night, sleep tight. But Ness, you like to work hard, just like your mother. But I don't think it's good to work too hard. So that's how you create a hard save. Since this is the Nintendo Switch Online, I can also do save states, which is how I'll probably be doing a lot of the saves, but it's good to have the hard save too. You're back! Don't bother yourself with talking now, you look too tired. Mothers understand these things. Eat some pasta and scoot up to bed. So you get a free heal at your house. You get some pasta, you scoot up to bed, and then you're all nice and healed up and healthy. Tracy? Oh, it's my line now? Oops. What do you want me to do? Store, checkout. So Tracy will hold items for you, but we can't give her important things, like the sound stone. I think you should hang on to that. But that will become important later in the game, is being able to store and then later take out items, because we only have limited inventory space. I don't want to go out anymore. I don't care if everyone thinks I'm a stubborn mutt. No, Prince isn't coming with us either. Good morning, Sleepy Bones. Are you ready to start your adventure? So proud of you. My little man is growing up too fast. Now that it's daytime and the situation with the meteorite has cleared itself up, we can head south and head into the city proper. The backgrounds in battle are one of the major elements in this game that a lot of people bring up. Just these weird sort of psychedelic kind of backgrounds that every single battle has. It is unique to this game in a lot of ways. I will say I haven't played all of, or I can't say how many games I've played that were inspired by EarthBound, but EarthBound was a huge influence on a lot of game developers who are making games these days. Onett Public Library. Use the library more. A library is a nice place to learn stuff. I got a lot of info about EarthBound. You can borrow maps for nothing. Hi. Kids can only borrow maps at this library. Do you want to borrow one? Sure. Here's a map. Onett isn't the only thing on the map. All the info is there except for the info that isn't there. Pressing the X button allows you to view the map at any time. How convenient. You know, the X button, located near the top. It's not necessary to return the map now. Come back in the year 2001 to return it. I'll let that one go without saying. So here's a map. So you see we've got food, shop, hospital, another food place, hotel to Tucson, down to the south. But this is where we'll be exploring today. We'll visit the library. At Giant Step, there's a monster guarding that spot from the outside world. No one knows when the monster made Giant Step its territory. I wonder if he's stronger than my wife. I'm cramming for the big test tomorrow. It's about games. Hotel rule. If you stay at a hotel, you'll wake up with full HP and PP. Life recovery rule. Recovering your life will give you full HP, but 0 PP. Bet this stuff will be on the test. Quiet. A man, a few words. It's useless talking to him now, standing there with his hockey mask on. Recently, I sensed the presence of UFOs flying around. Or am I just daydreaming? I recently read a book titled Our Convenient Society. It said that our modern society demands that there always be an ATM in hotels and drugstores. Just knowing that is convenient. I'm glad I read the book. I can't believe I didn't know this stuff. I'll check whether or not we have an ATM in our drugstore. I read the book called Our Society is Convenient. It said that these days there are always telephones in hotels and drugstores. I also learned that to use a green payphone costs $1, while the black phones are free. If you weren't aware of this, all your money could get eaten up by your phone calls. Glad I read the book. Shh! You're bothering people. It's kind of a fun way to tell you about game mechanics. Can't believe I saw it with my own eyes. Staring out the window, and there it was, just fluttering there. I'd only seen it in the encyclopedia before. What was it? A magic butterfly. If you get close to a magic butterfly, all your cares fly away. Just like a fluttering butterfly. Yep. That's the effect of the legendary magic butterfly. I love talking about it. Oops, oh, sorry about the outburst. I got carried away with all the talk about lovely butterflies. I'm researching Giant Step. It's located north and west of Onett. I heard it possesses a special power. No, I'm in here. Don't try to come in, especially if you don't need to use the bathroom. Don't talk to me. I'm thinking. So there are bathrooms throughout the game, but you can't go into them. You can only knock on the door, and then you get a little funny piece of dialogue. What a cute yellow backpack. Use the library more. Now, I wonder if there's been a dialogue change somewhere, because I could have sworn that there was a line about how girls like people who use the library, and then when you go and borrow a map, then this girl starts complimenting your backpack. I know that there were a few dialogue changes in later releases of this game from the SNES, but yeah, maybe that's one of them. Ness, I'm doing watch-out duty for the hideout. Can you take over? No. You're busy, I understand. The hideout is this little secret path up here to this little building. I'll give you my Mr. Baseball cap. I know you've wanted it for a long time. It's the best cap for someone really brave like you. Oops. So used to pressing X to open up menus. The Mr. Baseball cap is an item that goes into your other slot. That's where you put hats and other pieces of equipment. It's a nice little boost to defense. And we'll read the help menu about it. Must be equipped as other. It is said to have been given to your friend by a famous player at the ballpark. That's a nice little thing to have. I had a dream about you. You're traveling with a cute girl. If the dream comes true, say hi to her for me. After all, I'm single. I want to talk to little pirate hat kid. You've grown since I last saw you. You're beginning to look like a man. You're so cool. I think I really like you. Well, you know what I mean. Alright. So, none of these are the three boys and the girl that we're bringing along with us. I'm not your enemy. I'm simply your average run-of-the-mill mole. Would you like some hints on fighting enemies? Sure. Listen carefully. My hint involves which way you are facing when a battle with an enemy occurs. If you allow enemies to approach you from your back or side, they may get a surprise opening attack. When they approach you this way, your TV screen... No, I mean the world in front of you will show a red swirl for a second. On the other hand, if you approach an enemy from the back or side, you may get a surprise opening attack. In that case, your TV... Oops, again. The world in front of you shows a green swirl. The point is, try to fight so that you always have the advantage. The moles try not to break the fourth wall, but they always do. Giant step. North, at the top of the mountain. Danger, do not enter. So it is kind of hard to get that green swirl on some enemies, because they're always going to face towards you if you don't catch them by surprise or take advantage of the terrain in some way. I remember my friend Brendan used to be really good at getting surprise attacks, though. For some reason, I couldn't do it as consistently. I heard there's a big footprint on top of the hilltop behind the shack. I haven't seen it myself. It's just a rumor. This shack was locked by someone from City Hall, so we can't use it. The reason it was closed was because a punk named Frank may have trashed the place. What a drag. Can't even change our clothes. No hotels are too expensive. Traveling entertainer's shack. Do not enter. Or don't enter. So now that we have the Mr. Baseball cap, the Spiteful Crows don't do nearly as much damage. They were doing 7 or 8 damage per hit, and now they're only doing 1. So we've got a nice little defensive boost there. Well, there's not much else around here, so we'll head into the city proper and take a look. Psst. Whisper. Whisper. Psst. Psst. Shh. What if someone overhears us? Right. Whisper. Whisper. Psst. 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 You jerk. Because... So you can't enter every building, but you can knock on the doors and you'll get some interesting dialogue. Flowers in the garden are representative of those in your heart. Treat them both nice. Welcome to beautiful Onett, the wildflower of Eagleland. A girl named Paula lives in Tucson. Her mother runs a preschool out of their home. Can't remember the name of the school, but I heard Paula's really special. Why she's special? I forgot to ask. Oh well. The drugstore is to the east. East is the opposite of west. I like that part of the song. Drugstore. And I also like the shop music. Alright, we got a couple of NPCs. Hey, I know your hard cash is important to you, but you should call your mom. She's probably got an ulcer from worrying about you. Alright, good advice. So, there we go. The phone ate up $1. We'll give Mom a call. Is that you, Ness? Call me back sooner than I thought. Everyone here is doing just fine. Oh, yes, Tracy started working part-time for Escargot Express. Here, I'll let you talk to her. And call me when you have some time. Oh, you don't have any free time? Well, here's Tracy. Hello, this is Escargot Express. Oh, is that you, Ness? Big bro. It's me, Tracy. I'm working part-time for Escargot Express. What can I do for you? I can do pickup or delivery. I don't really have anything for either, so I just press the B button. She says, come again, and then hangs up the phone. Like a sibling does. We don't get to talk to Mom again. So now we'll have to call her periodically through the adventure. Woof woof. I'm Rufini the dog. I'm being possessed by the spirit of the game designer. Ruff. Do you see the window showing HP and PP at the bottom of the screen? When you go to a store that has equipable items, this window will either flash, look normal, or become black. If you are allowed to equip an item, and it is stronger than your current item, the window will flash. If the item's power is equal to or less than your current equipped item, the window looks normal. If you can't equip an item, the window is black. Ruff. Thought you'd like to know. Now it's time to become a regular dog again. So this guy only sells cold remedies. That cures a cold. Can help you find something. So he sells a few other things. So there's a few items here. You'll notice the baseball cap doesn't flash like the cheap bracelet does, because it's not as good as the Mr. Baseball cap. The cheap bracelet is $98. We don't have that much money. The yo-yo and the T-ball bat are both better than our cracked bat. You don't want to buy anything from me? Oh, you hurt my feelings. We'll go to our ATM. We have $82 in the bank. I think we'll take it all out. Pick up a T-ball bat. And this is offense, change from 9 to 13. I could buy a crack bat for $9. Thanks a bunch. Alright, well, we don't really need anything else right now. I'm going to put my most of my money back in the ATM. It's nice to have a little bit of, like, walking around money, but for the most part, you don't want to keep too much cash on you, because if you do get defeated in battle, you lose half of what you're holding. Ness dug around in the trash can. Well, let's see here. There's a hamburger inside. Ness takes it. And yeah, we got a free hamburger out of the trash can. When eaten, you recover about 50 HP. 100% beef. The arcade is full of sharks. I can't play there. Now, there is a burger shop where we can buy more hamburgers. Hello, may I take your order? Smile, smile. What can I get for you? They also sell fruit juice, coffee, and fries. Generally speaking, the more expensive the food is, the better it is in terms of how much HP it recovers for you. So there's a lot of just like food items that exist to kind of flesh out the world, provide an element of verisimilitude, but for the most part, you know, you want to stick with hamburgers. Hamburgers are the best healing item at this time of the game. Don't you think you get more food value out of 14 bucks worth of burgers than 8 bucks worth of french fries? You'll feel better and more energetic if you eat better foods. You know, you'll recover more health if you eat more expensive food. I'm so much more relaxed here. They never ask me, would you like fries with that shake? Seems like I'm always here. I hope you don't mind. No, I don't. The NPCs in this game are so weird. You look so helpless. Are you okay? Good and strong. The kids of Onett. B.H. Perkle. When you're in trouble, do you think you'd ever like to have a hint? Yes. Why don't you get a hint from the next house? This is the Hint Man. This guy is in every town, and he will give you advice on where to go. Now, wait a minute, youngster. I could give you a great hint for just $35. Like a hint, wouldn't you? Well, no, I don't have $35. So you're telling me that you don't want a hint? You're either awfully confident, or $35 is too much to pay. Anyway, young men like you is very unusual these days. If you happen to need a hint, come on back. I'm here all the time. I love his little peanut stand. Like, hint in. This A-frame doesn't do anything. You can't check it. But he will give you a hint if you ever get lost and you don't know where to go. Help wanted. Policemen to close roads. Onett Police Department. Are you Ness? My son said something about going to a hideout. I don't know what he was talking about. I've already been there. Mr. Liar Exaggerate, the treasure hunter. Finally found something interesting. I heard he'll only show it to you. Oh yeah, that's right. So this is there to kind of remind you of where to go next. This town is out of control. The wild boys are hanging out in the town, and the cops have been really cracking down on everyone. I'm considering moving to Tucson, a town in the south. We'll visit this little house here. Okay, pop quiz. A Beatles song. XXX Today. Can you fill in the blanks? Yes. That's correct. I'm impressed. I love that joke. Like, honestly, it's a goofy little joke that plays with the yes or no system, because if you talk to him again. Pop quiz, a Beatles song. Can you fill in the blanks? No. Bzzzt, a Beatles song. Notre Dame. Wrong. Let's see here. Just plain old garbage in the trash can. Nothing to eat. Break the course of violence. Don't break the wind of change. Fresh breeze movement. Say something funny, I'll listen. I can't wait any longer. I'm going back to watching the news. It's funnier than you. Okay. Alright, well, we don't need to go to the hotel right now. We will head up to Liar Exaggerate's house, so... once more onto the mountain. Because that is an important little story beat that we have to do. We don't actually have to do it. The visit to Liar Exaggerate is entirely optional, actually. Now we're doing more damage as well with our nice new T-ball bat. The yo-yo is kind of in between the cracked bat and the T-ball bat. It's a cheaper weapon, but at the same time it's less accurate. So there are some non-standard weapons that exist in the game that you can equip if you want, or if you just don't have the money for the better upgrade, but it's usually not recommended. So most bats have a miss rate of 1 out of 16, so you have a 1 in 16 chance of missing when you bash with a bat. But the non-standard weapons, your yo-yos and later slingshots, they have the shoot command, and their chance of missing is higher. Now, of course, missing is also based on your enemy's stats as well, so faster enemies are more likely to dodge your attacks, kind of thing. Level 4. Oh, baby! Offense went up by 3. Speed went up by 2. Oh, baby! Guts went up by 3. Luck went up by 1. Maximum HP went up by 1. Maximum PP went up by 1. And Ness realized the power of Hypnosis Alpha. I haven't used any of her psychic powers yet, so I couldn't use Life Up, which heals. Very useful. Hypnosis does what one would expect. It puts an enemy to sleep. I'm doing this because I trust you. First, let's go to the basement. I can tell by the look on your face you don't want to hang out, do you? That's alright. After all, we are not even related. I know you think I'm a big liar, but maybe I'll surprise you. He lives in this ramshackle hut with a broken bed. He's dug this giant tunnel under his house. So Onett's buddy, I found proof of a great treasure, a huge hole. Yeah, I'll show you, but you're the only one. Come on. This is a sign of what lies below. I just need a little time. My destiny is to find and dig up the buried treasure. I'll eat garlic and work out to help strengthen myself. Go home now. You're getting in the way of my work. Let me start to get greedy thoughts. The golden statue is glowing strangely. Well, that's all there is to this particular scene. Onward we go. I love just walking around Onett. It's just it's such a nice kind of idyllic place, you know, bright green grass, nice trees, simple paths, there's mountains and, like, admittedly, snakes. Aha! It's already happened. This is such a unique thing that no other games have really emulated that I love. If you encounter an enemy that is much weaker than you, that it would be pointless to fight it, you just defeat it. You just automatically win. And so these coil snakes are so weak that we don't have to fight them anymore. Now you may be asking, we beat that spiteful crow in one hit. Why did we have to fight the spiteful crow? It's because the spiteful crow is faster than us. Our speed stat is 4. The spiteful crow has a speed... Whoops! Oh, I faced the wrong way. So now we have to fight the coil snake. The spiteful crow has a much higher speed stat, so in theory, the spiteful crow could beat us if we only had 1 HP left and it pecked at our eyes and dealt 1 HP, we could lose the battle. Even though, statistically speaking, with our HP being at or near maximum, that's not likely. Unfortunately, spiteful crows are almost always going to be a mandatory fight, but these coil snakes, we can just bop them on the head and get a free experience point. Bow wow! Don't you think you'll be needing a weapon? Sure, the drugstore sells things you can use. I knew about it. Good job, little dog. Onett City Hall. Rumor has it the Shark's boss is hanging out near the giant step. Then we'll go into City Hall, or Town Hall. I'm really in a foul mood. Why? Because the mayor doesn't like me. I think I'll just kick back for a while. It may just take me a couple of hours to sign this paper. Oh, are you Ness? Is it a school holiday today? Have you done your homework? Remember to brush your teeth before going to bed. Have you been wetting your bed? Alright, weirdo. There are lots of snakes and stray dogs around Onett. Is the mayor going to let them just run around doing whatever they want? I'm here to protest. It's almost like we're in a real city hall. Some suspicious-looking kids are hanging out in the woods north of the library. I wonder if they are a member of the Sharks. To stop the spread of the gang, someone should shut down their gathering places, don't you think? I've started a movement that will stop all of the bad influences on the children of Onett. I call it the Fresh Breeze Movement. Hum-de-dum-dum. We don't have any openings for part-time employees at this time. I work for City Hall, but somehow Mayor Perkle bugs me. Let's just keep this between you and me. Did I tell you I saw a giant ant one time at Giant Step? Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to spoil it for you. Moving on. The mayor's office is on the second floor. You need an appointment before your visit. I'm gonna have to stop you if you try to see the mayor. Okay, well, I'm just gonna go upstairs. The mayor is busting his butt with all the troubles in town, like the sharks and the meteorite. Hey, are you the guy who's trying to reform the sharks? Whoa, 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 you've got to be kidding. Scram. Look, I told you so. Alright. I didn't know we were trying to reform the sharks. But I guess we are now. I just want to prove that cop wrong. If one of your friends becomes unconscious, you should visit them at the hospital. You should check in with the nurse receptionist and she will release your friend. It's a nice thing to remember, but it's alright if you forget. If you have any trouble, consult your kind-hearted mayor. He seems great. I always like crossing at the crosswalks. You can walk anywhere you want, but like for some reason, like I always like using the crosswalks. I moved here from the way, way, way away next town. In the next town there is the, what is the name? Polar Star Preschool. The preschool's at Paula's house. Polly's, what is it called? Magic. So we're already getting hints about Paula. Oh wow, there's a lot of enemies here. We'll get some free cookies from the birds. Let's see if we can. Oops. So the runaway dogs are also very similar to the spiteful crows in that they will always get an attack off before you do. And I think that was by design to kind of not give you that U1 screen on too many enemies too soon in the game. Even if the battles at this point have become fairly easy. There's an empty house, no point going in here. The point overlooking the sea is beautiful scenery. It's over that way. Such a beautiful place, gets me all choked up. Even if you're poor, come and see how easy it is to own a luxurious second home. Beak Point Real Estate. Doesn't this house look good? You could buy it for only $7,500. It was 1990X. This house would be more than $1 million today. It has an ocean view, and the sunsets are beautiful. Folks should have a place of their own. Do you want to buy it? Sure? You can't afford $7,500. It was a waste of time talking to you. You can buy this house. Once you have $7,500, you can come back to Onett and you can buy this house. I must be the happiest man in the world. I can practice my trumpet in this scenic spot. I'll send my haunting melody throughout the town. I always liked that guy. Bush Hospital. The best hospital care in Onett. We put our life into operating on you. Hello, and you are? Say, have you ever suffered from some type of sickness or condition that you couldn't get cured at a hospital? For example, being diamondized, where your head gets as hard as a diamond? Or mushroomized, where you have a mushroom on your head? If you're ever stuck with these types of embarrassing conditions, we of the Magic Healing Shrine are here to ease your pain. We are ready and waiting in the lobby of hospitals all over the world. The person next to me is the great teacher of magic healing. You may not believe it. I'm a healer. You have some illness that cannot be treated at the hospital. It's my job to cure you. Do you need some help? No. Come back when necessary. I'm not busy right now. Shall I explain about the hospital system? If a good friend of yours becomes unconscious, come to the hospital right away. As long as you have the money for the doctor's fee, you'll be able to see your friend completely recovered in no time. Besides being unconscious, whenever you don't feel so well, come and talk to a doctor. Everything I just told you applies to hospitals all over the world. The doctor is mostly useless. I can examine each one of you for $20. I don't think there's anything wrong with you. So the conditions that can be cured by the doctor are fairly easily curable on your own by the time you start to encounter them. I heard that around here our doctor's number one. So, in all of my playthroughs in EarthBound, I don't think I've ever used the doctor. This guy, on the other hand, is incredibly helpful because the things that he cures are things that you can't generally cure yourself very easily. When I came to visit my friend at this hospital, I somehow slipped and fell in the hallway. So now I'm staying in the hospital too. This could be the basis for a great tragic tearjerker. Well, maybe not. Welcome to the Onett Hospital. I run the place. Gotcha. Sorry, I'm just a patient here. I'm going to be talking to all the NPCs and reading all the signs because there's so many like little jokes in this game, so this might be a bit more of a slower playthrough. I really do hope you enjoy it, though. Oops, now I'm talking to this lady again. I wanted to check the sign. But she's right next to me, so L defaults to talk. Check. Tombstone blowout sale. We have a special discount for those who have passed on in this hospital. What would you like written on your tombstone? Onett Hospital Surgery Team. Like, you won't see jokes like this in many games. Tombstone blowout sale. Hey, if you die while we're operating on you, you get a discount on your tombstone. It's so dark. I was smashed by a mouse. What? You're here to visit my daughter? So you're the one who calls her in the middle of the night and talks for hours. Oh, it's not you? Then why did you come into this room? Because I'm an RPG protagonist, and I have to talk to every NPC. Open soon. Mock Pizza, Onett branch. Well, we've encountered our next tier of enemies. These are the sharks. This is the S-Man Jr. The S-Man Jr. is attacking. The S-Man Jr. swung his hula hoop. 17 damage. So, this is a bit of a difficulty spike. 15 damage. The sharks are much stronger than... Try hypnosis. Did not work. The sharks are much stronger than the animals from around Onett. He was laughing hysterically there. But they give you more experience, and they give you more money. You don't get money when you defeat them, deposited into your wallet, as it were. Every enemy you defeat has a monetary value, and then your dad deposits that into your bank account. Now, it does happen instantaneously. You don't actually have to call him to get the money. He just tells you when you call to save how much money he put in and how much you should have in your bank account when you call him. Do you want to start a fight or what? This is a skate punk. Skate punk shredded fiercely on a skateboard. 12 damage. He called for help. The S-Man Jr. showed up. The S-Man Jr. is attacking, but he missed. And he started laughing hysterically. They're not terribly hard to defeat, but they do represent like a bit of a difficulty spike into what we had gotten used to earlier. A can of fruit juice inside. I think I will, if you drink this, you recover about 6 HP. Doesn't say anything special. We'll drink the fruit juice. And we got a couple of cookies from those spiteful crows. I've used up all of my PP, so I can't use life up. Alright, maxed out. Do you want to meet Frank? You don't want Frank to beat you up, do you? And here's the Pogopunk. He's the other type of shark, charged forward for 16 damage. Pogopunks are great because Pogopunks drop hamburgers. Level 5, offense went up by 1, vitality went up by 1, IQ went up by 1, maximum HP went up by 14, maximum PP went up by 4. Great. One of the things I like about this game is when your HP and PP go up at a level up, you get that amount. So you don't, if I was at 30 HP, but I got 14 at the level up, I've now gone up 14 points. So I'm still kind of where I would have been. Maximum is now 60. Here's the bakery. The bakery sells more food type items. Hello, may I help you? What shall I get you? The lucky sandwich is the interesting one here. Well, the skip sandwich is interesting too. The skip sandwich will temporarily increase your running speed or your walking speed. Doesn't heal a lot of HP, but it makes you go faster in the overworld for a few seconds. So it's helpful in some respects, but it's 38 bucks. It's a little expensive. The lucky sandwich does a whole bunch of things. I'm going to have to look it up before we buy one and use one. But it is a funky little item. We won't get anything today. I want to tell you the story of the creature from the vegetable soup, but I won't, because I don't want to bother you with a story that has nothing to do with your adventure. If I keep talking about unrelated stuff, you might start ignoring important messages. It's important for you to talk to people. Also, a person might give you a different message depending on when you speak to them. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me again. Haha, see what I mean? It's important to take the time to talk with many people. Yes, keep the lines of communication open, just like you were doing now. Seems like every bakery has been making lucky sandwiches these days. They're kind of like fortune cookies, except you can win stuff. Oh yeah, and it's a sandwich. Okay, so maybe it's not like a fortune cookie. Anyway, the best thing that can happen is recover PP. I just wish I knew what PP was. Okay. I like cottage cheese on bread. You haven't tried it? It's the latest craze in culinary circles. So yes, lucky sandwiches are one of the few and earliest PP recovery items. But you only get a chance at it. Sometimes it will just heal your HP. I heard there's a guy who stops to read each bulletin board he encounters. Then he says, "Checkaroni! Is that you?" Road to Tucson. Checkaroni! Oh, the road's closed again. It's Onett's claim to fame. The road to Tucson is closed. You can't just squeeze through roadblocks either. Onett is famous for roadblocks. Don't talk to me, I'm on duty. Until I have Chief Strong's permission, I can't let you through. So this is as far as we can go. We will have to deal with the other issues. Well, we'll stop at the police station. I would rather be working as a parking meter cop. It's just been too busy lately. I'm sick of it. Man, and I steamed. Don't even try talking to me. The townspeople are in a state of confusion. At times like this, riots break out. People start acting wild. So we police are being ultra cautious. Psst, not really one of the gang. I'm a cop, even if I don't look like it. This is a jail. You guys have no business being here. Hey, I'm in here. Go find another can. Ha, I was just joking. And that's the police station. Well, we can hit up the hotel. The A hotel is like any inn or hotel in other games, so you can sleep and recover your HP and PP, or MP as it would be called. Our nightly rate is not cheap, but we have clean sheets and the rooms are secure. I'm sure you understand that this keeps us very busy. The ATM is in a separate room here. We have $152, so we're not doing too bad. The hotel is $35. In this town. Welcome to Hotel Onett. A one-night stay will cost you $35. Would you like to stay? I normally don't go to the hotel in Onett because I could just walk back home and get free healing and stay at home. But I wanted to do the hotel because hotels give you this little feature. Good morning. Here's your free copy of the morning newspaper. Here's today's headlines in the Onett Times. Mysterious meteorite north of Onett still burning brightly. So they'll read you the banner headline in the newspaper when you stay at the hotel. Can you believe it? A group of ruffians spit their gum at me as I was passing by. You look like you'd be a real target for the sharks. You'd better be careful. I don't know what that means. And you also get this nice kind of like soft, lilting music. First thing in the morning, you know, you've woken up and getting ready to move on. This is always when you call your dad. Yes, it's your dad. Deposited $127 into your bank account. Taking away what you've spent, you should now have $137 in the bank. Well, experience to get to the next level, 116. What do you need from me? A record? All done. Your dear old dad was also thinking about hitting the hay for the night. Created a record of your adventure to this point. Good night. Sleep tight. We're a great team, aren't we? Well, you should turn the power off instead of just pressing reset. Alright? And then the game freezes here. Because you're supposed to turn it off. You've decided to end the game. So we're going to end this episode. Next time on Let's Playmond with Ted Raymond.